Hi Taurus, I hope you are doing well. Okay, I'm gonna do more in-depth readings this month because I really feel like we're on the threshold here of clearing out some big things, some karmic things, some addictive things, some obsessive things, right? I don't want you to miss the boat is what I'm saying. So your reading was a little bit different because I had to pull extra cards here because I think, and the more that I pull, the more I can really realize there's more than one story unfolding here, right? So for some of you, you're in current karmic relationships, right? For others of you, you are not. You may have given up for a little bit, but a relationship sits here. For some of you, in career, I think you might be feeling a little bit defeated that you've laid some groundwork and the seeds haven't come home to harvest yet. Your cornucopia is here. It literally sits right here. For some of you, I don't like the word addictions, or I think it's like compulsions, right? But addictions really are addictions sometimes too, where something is out of balance. Okay, so take it how it fits for you and don't make it fit if it doesn't. Okay, there's a whole bunch of different things here. For some of you, I really think that you're showing up under the umbrella of some role you think you need to play. You know what I mean? Like if you're not showing up as your authentic self, which is going to pull in the relationships, the alliances, the jobs, the careers, the pay raises, the creative notice that is rightfully yours if you start showing up in the way that's truly authentic to yourself. You know what I mean? I think too that brings some zest back, some creativity, some energy. People really find you, in high demand. They want to be around you, but I don't feel you show up in that regard. For some of you, you're putting on a front for something here. Either it's what you think you should be doing, or it's how you think you should be acting, or what you think you should say, or a lot of the shoulds here aren't aligning with yourself. So that's kind of what I really got from this. But it's about putting some joy back into your life, putting some fun back into your life. And it's funny because when I was throwing this, what I could smell was, that at a fair or a carnival or whatever, that night air, that hot night air it's just part of the whole experience, right? I could smell that in here. So that's a sure sign that I'm right on target. Okay, so go to those things. If you're asked to go out and do something, go do it. Don't turn down invitations, because I think that you're going to be in high demand, and maybe you weren't you weren't really wanting to go out and socialize. So maybe you stayed at home and you didn't really, you turned down a lot of opportunities. A lot is sitting here for you. Okay, so let me go through the whole thing with what I've got here. Now, we come in with the 5 of Wands. Okay, we've got the 9 of Coins. We've got the Queen of Coins. We've got the Ace of Cups. Okay. Now I had to pull it. We've got the Queen of Wands and the 4 of Wands. We've got, this is kind of called the Eve card in here. Okay. I'll explain what that is, because I think it's you kind of creating the happiness in your life that only you can create. I feel like, for some of you, you're under the illusion that you should be a certain way, and it's not who you truly are. And once that comes off, once that facade gets taken off, you're going to be pleasantly surprised at how in demand you are. That's all I kept really hearing, is how in demand you are. Okay, but I think some people might not be able to, like, they can't figure you out, right? And that won't really make you great alliances. People won't know really where you stand, right? So that's what I think is going on. Now you've got the 8 of coins. Okay. You've got, this is the support card in here. I'll show you. This deck is a little bit different. Okay, but it's a card of good business. It's a card of spiritual protection, alliances, relationships. It's a good card in here where it's showing up. It is. Now on the outbound, you've got the 3 of Wands. Okay. All right. Now in the present, like I said, what you're doing away with is the 9 of coins. Okay, that's a good thing though. All right, because what this card can be, and I feel it is on the flip side, and it's in here, it's representing the Leo constellation as well. What is the Leo constellation? Me. It's all about me, and it should be. That's what that constellation is for, right? But the flip side of that, and we're going into Virgo now, is the we. Right? And how do I align now? It's not just about me. It's about we. How do you work with other people? I think there's a business alliance here coming for you. But what I think that card is saying is you're coming out of this too, where you're going to shine now, but you're going to shine with other people. I think with this though, the 9 of coins, the flip side to that as well is not socializing, hiding out, not dealing with demons that, jealousy, resentment, all those things that if we don't get a handle on, they make us not want to engage in life at all. They put out our fire. There's no creativity there. We have not one thing that we want to do. This card also speaks of addictions. Okay. And that's why I say I don't like that word addictions, but it's anything out of balance, right? So instead of, going out and getting what you want or engaging in what you want, sometimes it's too much in excess. You know what I mean? So there's just something out of balance here that's not a positive. That's when that card can. The good news is though that it's what's leaving. So we'll take that. What's coming in is the 5 of Swords, and that's saying that you're taking responsibility for things. Okay, that 5 of Swords is usually that card with you can see like the people in the back are just like, they just can't deal with the person anymore, the person's wrath. And, our energy, our reserves, our words, right? How we engage with people when we're not showing up as our authentic self. We're showing up as fear, but we're not courageous. We're shooting off at the mouth, and we're making people they don't want to engage in that, right? So you could be in that scenario too, because there's something in reference to a work scenario here where you could be under, like your boss or the company owner or somebody could be a real tyrant, and you may be needing to step up and say something. Maybe they're not treating their employees well, or you're being really kind of abused on the work front. You're being told here that if that is the case, you are protected as far as that goes. So you're being asked to really step up to the plate with that. Okay, now the Queen of Wands, a Queen of Swords. Oh my gosh, the Queen of Coins. Okay. She's also the I feel in here busting out of conformities. You know what I mean? Like just a society, and you're just gonna, you're gonna do your own thing and show up in your own way and really start becoming yourself. I think it's time. I think I think you're ready to do this. I think you've laid seeds for this, and then you walked away. Maybe you lost confidence or didn't go the distance, or maybe there's some kind of emotional pattern that gets in there and shoots you in the foot. There's no follow through. There's indecisiveness, right? The flip side to this coin here with her internally, very creative, would be very successful. People love her. She's, like I say, the hostess with the mostest. Any role that she plays, people love her, but she can also wear so many hats that she loses track of who she is. There's no gender in here. It's just inside, though, it's someone who's very indecisive, right? And when we're indecisive, we're not doing anything. We exhaust everything. You know what I mean? So you're going to be presented with invitations, uh, things where you're step into it. Don't shy things off, because I think business alliances are coming here and people are really going to be taken by you. So if things cross your path, or you're invited here or you're invited there, go, but show up as your authentic self. I want to say too, as far as relationships go, okay, I think there's a few dynamics playing here, and that's why I'm kind of going really deep with this month, because I don't want you to not, if you need to get a resource for some help with something, do it. That's why I'm going so deep like this, because sometimes when someone will say someone has an addiction, or someone has this, or sometimes it's a compulsion, and we're not recognizing it as an addiction. But an addiction is anything that's out of balance. So if we become obsessed with something, that's kind of the same realm here. So use the word that you want, but something is out of balance here, as far as you and the people in your sphere, and how you show up in your life, and the things you tell yourself about your life, right? That kind of stuff. Now, where you're going here is the Ace of Coins. So you're going to step into your own creative outlets, energies, relationships, things that really light you on fire. If you've not felt well and you're zapped with energy, that's coming back. Creative flair, all of that, like kind of I know you guys love that word when I use jubilee, but it's just like joy and happiness and fun and lightness, and not taking life so seriously. I'm not saying neglect your responsibilities. I'm saying, though, lighten the load, because sometimes, and I felt it in here too, we make life so heavy and hard that the people don't want to be around that. It makes it too much on relationships. You know what I'm saying? So have fun, lighten things up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. I mean, we all have day-to-day responsibilities, but in your relationships, have some fun. Enjoy yourself. Okay? All right. And the Queen of Wands here now, with the Four of Wands. I feel that this is someone, take the gender out, this is someone that you'll be really happy with. So for those of you, I think in here too, that think you are not going to see this coming, I think that for some of you, you've kind of given up on dating and relationships. But not only when you step into your own here and you clear up some things that you need to take a look at, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised that a relationship is like right here, and you step right into it, and it's someone that you'll be very happy with. I think there's karma for some of you in current relationships. Okay. Also, what I had to pull were two other cards, and these two cards, the Destiny card and the Soulmate cards, these cards really speak of, though, someone who has like a revolving door MO as far as relationships go, but they always end up back in the same kind of relationship, just a different face, right? You're being asked to really look at what in here, this is like going right back, really far back, as to, what relationships are to you. What is love to you? What is compassion to you? What is being vulnerable to you? What is that? And because I have a feeling that there's like a revolving door with a current relationship, that you're actually with the person that you're supposed to be with. But I think you're looking for something, but you've already got it. You know what I mean? Some people think sometimes, I don't want to be in a relationship because I feel trapped. What's trapping you is you and how you're looking at this, but you're really in a very growth-oriented environment, is kind of what I feel with that. Okay, I think there are illusions, whatever, about how things should be, the roles that we should play. You know what I mean? We're parents, we shouldn't have fun. We're whatever. You've got to take a stigma off of something here, and start living the life that is meant for you. I think you're just living under an umbrella, and maybe you don't even realize that you're doing this, which is why I'm going this route. There's underlying things here. Now, for some of you here, I feel there's some kind of, like I say, people are really, you're really sought after. Like, people like to be around you. My fear with this, though, is that, again, some of you have some, I think where the addictive qualities are coming in, and I hate to keep saying that, but I think that these are in emotional things. I think they're in things where you sabotage yourself. I don't think, I mean, there could be things here that are altering your emotions. Sometimes you're hot, sometimes you're cold. Those could be, if you've got something, when I say addiction and you realize it's some kind of drug addiction, sex addiction, alcohol addiction, whatever, get a handle on it, because I'm suggesting, because the things here, I mean, you could really step into a great career. You could leverage yourself up. You could be recognized for things. You've got a creative flair here too that I feel is going under the radar, because either you're not putting the initiative in, you're not stepping up and doing the things that you should be doing. You know what I mean? There's something, I feel that this reading has people placed in places out of, I've given up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not even going to fight the fight anymore. But you're so close to where you are. The only caveat, or the only thing that pulls this whole reading into one scenario, is be who you are. Be who you are. Don't be who people want you to be or think you should be. And if you're in relationships and you're playing a role that doesn't fit you, you're in the wrong relationship. So that's what I've got to say about that too. For some of you, you're going to be entering into a very profitable agreement here. So you're signing some kind of deal with something. A company is taking you on. You could be signing something. It's lucrative, though. For some of you, and this is the other thing, I keep smelling horses. So if some of you have agricultural or farms, or you're in farming, or you're working outside, or you're doing stuff like that, you're going to really reap something there, okay? Profitable, okay? You may have something that when you start, maybe you advertise in a different way, or you get your word out there more, you come across an alliance that just says, oh, I know the perfect person who would love this, and they brand you. It could be something like that too, okay? If you get a sign, and the reason how we know these things, because I'm already going to say, well, sometimes we get signs and we get this or we get that, but we poo-poo it. And with the Queen of Coins in there, it's already, I'm already getting a feeling of, oh, I don't know, oh, that's silly. Go with the silly, because what is happening here is these signs are coming for you, these signposts, these intuitive hits, these ideas, these creative things. Follow that trail, because what that's getting you to do is trust yourself more, right? You've got to kind of work out that muscle. I think what it does too is it brings joy into your heart. So again, if you are going to be shaking up an apple cart in any way, people probably aren't going to like it. Who cares? Because you're really stepping into something great here. For some of you, you're working out kinks in a current relationship that allow it to, it's like a dam has been like built here and it's just not going anywhere. Once you take a look at these things and you're honest with yourself about these things, I feel like it flows after that. It just gets its life to where it should be here. All the blinders are off. We accept each other and our friendships and all that for who you are, period. It's that kind of stuff. And I feel that, when we're in situations when we're not showing up as ourselves, I think we're all over the place. And I feel a lot of that energy in here. Like one day you're hot, one day you're cold, one day you're happy, one day your emotions are all out of whack here. So that gets pulled into a balanced scenario too. Okay. Trust that that's why I say in the past, I think that, you've laid seeds for things or you've started to do things, and don't try to rush the universe. There's divine timing here, and it knows exactly what it's doing, and it's going to show up in its exact spot. I have a feeling here that you started something and it didn't come as fast as you want or in the way that you want. Or this is like someone that will say to me, well, I prayed like you said and nothing happened. And then 10 minutes into the conversation, I can see that your prayer got answered. It just didn't show up in the way that you wanted it to. It didn't look like you wanted it to, but it showed up. You know what I'm saying? So take the expectation off. Know that I'm telling you now, what you've started here is about to start to pay off for you here. Okay, just have a little faith in that. And again, I feel mental chatter. Just shut that down. You know what I'm saying? Go in the opposite direction. If the mind is getting in there and saying, this is never going to come through, blah, 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 go the opposite direction. If fear's coming in, go towards love. Go do something in, if jealousy comes in, find where you're on solid ground with something. Don't try to sit here and spin it. Just go the opposite direction. Okay? Find the polarity of whatever it is, that you're experiencing that's working against you and head the other way. Okay? This card in here, I feel it is a good card, but I feel that this is also about you needing to accept yourself, faults and all. Okay? Or people in your life, accept them for who they are. Nobody is perfect. Okay? I think revelations come here. That's also what this card speaks of. I think that it does away with fear for you. Okay. All right. Now, what's coming up in the immediate future here? You've got the 8 of Coins. That's one of the Millionaire's cards. And I really think that your zest comes back. And when you really step into yourself, right? Really take a minute and think about who you really are. I think creative ideas, like I say, I feel that dam, not only in relationships, but it frees up for you. Like it really sets the waters rolling here. If you've got, again, I think intuition, signs, if you want to do something, go in a different direction, drive somewhere, go somewhere on the weekends, if there's something in here that is different from what you've done, go explore those things. Because again, I think it's like flexing a muscle for you about trusting those things and the avenues that they open. I think a lot of social engagements, a lot of getting out and socializing, a lot of, time where you might have spent by yourself or doing things that you didn't want to do. Now you're really going to want to engage in different things. If you're invited somewhere, go. I think business alliances come in here. I think you schmooze with people that really can open doors for you, that kind of stuff. But when I say show up as yourself, because that's the catalyst here, and that may be what held up things in all fronts for you, is that not showing up as, I think who you really are is amazing. I think who you're showing up as, people know the shoe doesn't fit. So it's not going to open the doors for you that you want. Okay? Have some fun. Okay, for some of you, like I say, dead on, new opportunities are coming for you. So don't lose faith with that. Now, again, I think that what you might be failing to see in here, we sit with this card, okay? And I think that, again, you've got to face some demons that you've got, okay? For some of you, I think that it brings harmony back into your home. For others of you, I think that marriages come along here that you never thought would happen. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm going deep here. I don't want you to not step into this. I don't want you to think or have given up on things. A lot sits in here for you, okay? Some of these things, too, I really feel like that there are hostile attitudes in here. Now, I can't tell if this is a wake-up call for you to realize that you're in the wrong environment, that you're not someone's, you're not the bullseye for someone's nonsense. That could be the hostile environment here. It can be a work environment too, where you've got a boss or someone that is, got some real issues here, some real, like they're not mentally balanced or something. You're supported here. If you were to speak up about that, it wouldn't come back to bite you in the butt. So, that could be too what opens a door in a work arena. Like you really step up to the plate and you do what's expected of you in some way, shape, or form. Okay. For some of you too, don't be the victim to this. You know what I'm saying? If you've got someone who is coming at you in a way that's inappropriate, it's time to speak up about that. And for, again, where I feel these unbalanced energies are, these addictions or these obsessions or whatever, they can most likely be just negative emotions. And I don't say just negative emotions, but they can be patterns that if you break them, if you deal with them, if you find another way, and that's why I say, just head the other way. If you notice that jealousy is showing up, go be grateful, go do something, go just look outside and say, we have so much on a daily basis anyway, every minute of the day to be grateful for, that you can see, that you can taste, that you can smell, that, you're here. It's a big deal. So just, that's what I'm saying. Head the opposite emotion of what it is you're feeling if you notice that you're getting tense there. Because I think that if these, things more on the home front, but emotional patterns, if they don't get leveled out and get balanced, I think that it really just disturbs peace in your home. For others of you too, there's a need to face things that you're in denial about. So it's time to look at those things, right? And get back to the land of the living. Because I think too, what's happening is there's a lot in here that is kind of robbing you from what you really want to do. Example would be, right? You say, I don't have any ambitions. I don't have any real creative things. There's nothing that I'm really good at or want to do, by the off chance that that's the case. But yet you love to lay in bed at night and read magazines. That's like your passion. You read them head to toe. You look at them in a unique way, but you think, this is just something I like to do. What could I do with that? Go be an editor in a magazine company. Go do something like that. It's a tip is what I'm saying to you. It could get something that you're sitting right on could be your ticket to ride here. And if you show up in a way that, you're really passionate about this, or you show up as yourself, you may be pleasantly surprised that it opens a massive door for you. That was just an example, right? We often overlook things, or if you love to doodle around in the kitchen and you're always creating things, you could be pleasantly surprised writing for a magazine, Good Homes and Gardens, or whatever the hell there is. There's 1,000 things. Start a blog. Don't overlook things that are natural to you. What takes you away? What can get you out of a funk in an instant? Those are things that they matter. They're signposts. That's what I'm saying. Don't disregard these things. That's what I've got. I think for long-term opportunities here, again, be who you are, not what you think you should be. You know what I'm saying? Well, example would be, someone thinks they're a mother, so they can't go out and have fun. They can't, they have to. There's something here with roles that you're playing. This could be at work too, where you think, I'm a boss. I can't engage with these people. I'm a subordinate. I can't talk to a boss like a friend. Break these barriers, because there's things here where you're not, it's an illusion. It's not real. Make deeper connections with people. Show up who you truly are. Ask how they're doing. How's your family? How are your kids? Oh, you like this? Oh, I do too. maybe we could go to lunch. Do things like step outside of your comfort zone, because I think there's people around you that are really good for you. You know what I mean? Like they're people that you would have a lot in common with if these walls would come down, right? Okay. Lastly, build relationships that empower you, that don't suck you dry. Okay? Trust your soul knows where and how to build itself. Follow it. It's showing you things. Don't let this get you thrown off track here. I think too, let others enjoy who you really are. That's why I say, I think once this 9 of coins gets demolished here and you really step into your own, and you again, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Coins, right? The hostess with the mostest, the creative person, the whatever. The insecurities in both of these people, they get a handle on later in life. So you're working out the kinks. So cut yourself some slack, realize you're stepping into your own, and do it. You can only, anyway, keep up a charade for so long. At a certain point, you're not going to be able to do it anymore. It just becomes too painful to not go in a different direction. You know, for some of you, you're in relationships that aren't meant for you. But the minute that you say, okay, I am going to have the courage here to just realize that this isn't where I want to be. I don't know what awaits me, but I know that this isn't where I want to be. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised that a relationship shows up like out of the blue. It's been circling the airport waiting for you, you know, to land here. So that's what's happening here. Okay, I think perfect happiness is coming in for you. Okay, whatever that is to you, it sits right here. So trust that, trust yourself, start being yourself, start going exploring things, realizing that the universe does not need a wingman. It has its own timeline. So just be patient. Go do something else. You know what I mean? You've laid seeds here and they're about to really, really bear some fruit for you. So that's what I've got. I hope that that helped you. Dig deep with this. Listen to it again. There's a lot of nooks and crannies in here. But I think that, you know, sometimes life can leave a bad taste in your mouth. You know, and before we realize it, we don't even realize how jaded we've become. Our attitude has become horrible. No one wants to be around us. We're surrounded by people that we're thinking to ourselves, who are these people? We have nothing in common, you know? So again, the 9 of coins can be, what was my lovely kingdom has now become my prison. I need to get out of here and get my head back on straight and engage in life again. And that's what you're doing, because you're walking right towards this. Okay, so this is, I really do think that you get your fire, you get your zest, you get all kinds of relationships, friendships, alliances, jobs, opportunities. For some of you, you're going to be, I think you're investing in something, because I see money exchanging hands. So if you're taking a loan for something and the interest rate seems a little bit high, I know nothing about finance. This is not financial advice in any way. Do some shopping, because I think that the first person that you go to, I think they're going to try to rake you over the coals. So do your homework with that. Don't be naive. That's could be what that is too. Don't be pulled astray. Don't think that this person is offering you, you know, the loan of the lifetime or the opportunity or the property of the lifetime. Do your homework. Listen again to your intuition. If you get a sign right after that, like you feel like a lightning bolt hit your head, that's a huge awakener that, no, this probably is not the right establishment for me. Trust those things. Trust yourself. Okay. Again, I want to put this out here. Taurus is related to pheromones. Okay. You don't realize you're sending them out there. But if you don't know who you are, you're pulling in everybody that is just aligning with that. So if you feel insecure, you're pulling in every insecure person around you. If you feel that you're happy and you're joyful and you're creative, you're also pulling in that. See the difference? So be aware of that, okay? Because you're not aware of pheromones, but people are, and we're energetic. So you're pulling it in. I have a feeling that you're pulling in, you know, some of you like the Land of Misfit Toys. You know what I'm saying? We want to start a better selection here, and you can do that, and you're worth that. Okay, so so that's what I've got. I think it's great. Be patient. Go explore. Go try new things. I think those things sit really right here for you. For some of you, again, like I say, I think some of you get new friendships in here. Some of you get new relationships in here. I think someone comes out of the blue. I think like there is really like a relationship here that is just destined to be, and you step right into it. It's like right here. Okay, so that's why I really went deep. Don't take offense to anything I said. We all have demons that we're dealing with. Let's just clear them and be done with them. Okay, so that's what I've got. I hope that I helped you in some way. If you need a private reading, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to do anything for you. Okay, thank you.